So, you and your significant other have been dating for a while, you finally decided to pop the question. Well, the first thing you're going to need is a ring, right? Preferably diamonds, and costing the equivalent of 3 months' salary. After all, that's tradition, right? Never mind that this so-called tradition is less than 100 years old, invented by giant diamond De Beers in the 1930s to sell surprisingly common diamonds. I mean, it's good enough for you, damn it. But now comes the tricky part. What cut of diamond to buy? Oval, pear, cushion, heart, princess? And what mounting? And how many carats? And what is a carat? And why is it used to measure both gold and jewels and not really anything else? How did this come to be? To begin with, there are actually 2 different carats used in the jewelry trade, one spelled with a C and the other spelled with a K, though mostly in the United States. The carat with a C is a unit of mass used for measuring gemstones and pearls and is equivalent to 200 milligrams or 0.00705 standard or avoirdupois ounces, or 0.00643 troy ounces. 1 carat is divisible into 100 points of 2 milligrams each. And in case you're wondering, well, what the heck is a troy ounce, Simon? This is another unit of mass peculiar to the precious metals trade and is equivalent to 31.103 grams. 1 troy ounce can be divided into 20 pennyweights, which in turn can be divided into 24 grains, while 12 troy ounces make up 1 troy pound. The troy grain, originally based on the average weight of a grain of barley, is identical to the avoirdupois grain and is equivalent to 64.799 milligrams. Thus, 1 carat is equivalent to 3.086 grains. Are you confused yet? Well, just be thankful for the metric system. The term carat comes to us from the Italian carato, which itself is derived from the Arabic kirat and the ancient Greek karaton, meaning carob seed. The carob, or Caratonia siliqua, is an evergreen tree native to the Mediterranean which produces long, hard brown seed pods. These pods were thought by the Greeks to resemble goat's horns or keras, hence the name. The hard, round seeds found within these pods were long believed to be uniquely consistent in size and weight and were thus used for thousands of years as standards for weighing gold and jewels. Today, however, it is known that carob seeds vary in mass just as much as other seeds, explaining why, for much of history, the value of the carat varied from region to region. The carat as a unit for weighing diamonds first appeared in England in the 1570s, but its exact definition was not standardized until 1871, when the Paris-based Syndical Chamber of Jewelers proposed a fixed mass of 205 milligrams. This was officially accepted in 1877 and remained the global standard until 1907, when at the General Conference of the Metric Convention, a new definition of 200 milligrams was accepted. This new definition was immediately made compulsory in France, but was slower to be adopted elsewhere. Today, however, the 200 milligram definition is accepted around the world. To date, the largest gem-quality gem diamond ever discovered is the Cullinan diamond, excavated in 1905 at the Premier No. 2 mine in Cullinan, South Africa. Weighing in at a whopping 3,106 carats or 621.2 grams, the Cullinan was gifted in 1907 to King Edward VII of the UK, who had it cut into a number of smaller gems. 2 of those, Cullinan I and Cullinan II, aka the first and second star of Africa, are part of the British crown jewels, being mounted in the sovereign scepter with cross and the imperial state crown respectively. Meanwhile, the largest flawless diamond to be found and cut into a single piece is the 137.82 carat or 27.56 gram Paragon diamond, mined in Brazil in the late 1990s and cut and set by London-based jeweler Graf Diamonds. Most diamond engagement rings, by contrast, are usually 1 carat or less, though the price of diamonds is not determined by mass alone. Cut, color, clarity, and brilliance are all key factors. The second type of carat, often spelled with a K in the United States, is also derived from the carob seed, but instead of mass measures the fineness or purity of precious metals, particularly gold, silver, and platinum. Fineness carats are measured and divided into 24 parts, with 24 carats indicating pure, unalloyed metal. Thus, if an alloy consists of 50% gold and 50% other metal, it will have a fineness of 12 carats. The 24-part system is thought to derive from the solidus, a standardized gold coin introduced by Roman Emperor Constantine in the year 309 CE. One solidus had a mass equivalent to 24 siliqui silver coins, whose mass was in turn based on a carob seed. Bullion coins and ingots are also sometimes referred to by their fine weight, that is, the weight of the pure precious metal within them. Thus, 1 troy ounce of 18 karat gold, which is composed of 75% gold, will have a fine weight of 0.75 troy ounces. Adding to the confusion, jewelers also also sometimes use a system called millisimal fineness, which rates the purity of precious metals by parts per thousand. In this system, nines are often used to denote exceptional purity, with 900 or 90% purity being 1 9 fine, 990 being 2 nines fine, and 999 being 3 nines fine. The purest gold ever refined was produced by Australia's Perth Mint in 1957 and was 6 nines fine, that is 99.9999% pure, while the purest gold commonly refined today, produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, is 5 nines fine. For all practical purposes, however, any alloy above 995 fineness is considered essentially pure. Gold of this purity is rarely used outside of bullion ingots, collector coins, and gold plating because pure gold is very soft and easily deformed. This is incidentally why pirates in the movies bite gold coins. The softer the gold, the likelier it is to be pure. This method can also detect other forms of counterfeiting, such as coins made of lead or other base metals coated in a thin layer of gold. For everyday use, gold is typically alloyed with other metals, particularly silver, with 14 and 18 karat gold being the most widely used for jewelry. Other metals can also be alloyed with gold to produce various color effects. White gold, for instance, is alloyed with nickel, silver, or palladium, rose gold with copper, and green gold or electrum with silver or cadmium. Another commonly encountered alloy, sterling silver, is officially defined as containing 92.5% silver and 7.5% other metals, typically copper. However, most countries specify a minimum caratage, that is, the minimum amount of precious metal an alloy can contain and still be advertised as that metal. In the United States, for instance, the minimum caratage for gold is 10 carats or 41.6%. In France and the UK, it's 9 carats or 37.5%, while in Denmark and Greece it is 8 carats or 33.3%. And that, in a nutshell, or in this case a carat pod, is where the carat came from and how it is used in the world of jewels and precious metals. Bonus facts. Have you ever wondered where the term touchstone, that is, a test of quality, and hallmark, a characteristic feature, come from? Well, if you've been paying attention to the theme of this video, you'll probably have guessed that it is something to do with gold. Indeed, a touchstone is an actual piece of stone, typically black slate, which has been used for over 4,000 years to measure the purity of precious metals such as gold. To test a metal sample, it is wiped across the surface of the touchstone, leaving a characteristic streak. This streak can then be compared to that left by samples of known purity to estimate the purity of the metal. For greater accuracy, the streak can also be treated with chemicals such as nitric acid, which will attack lower but not higher purity gold. A hallmark, meanwhile, is a distinguishing mark stamped on a piece of precious metal by an assay office to certify its purity. The term derives from the Goldsmiths' Hall in London and was first recorded in 1721, while the generic meaning of a distinguished characteristic first appeared in the 1860s. While hallmarks vary widely depending on country and manufacturer, for ease of international trade, most countries accept a standard marking system known as the Common Control Mark, or CCM, which consists of a set of scales for gold, a diamond shape for platinum, and a letter M for silver.